No! Why is DMX singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome back to my channel and a very Merry Christmas to you if you celebrate the Christmas holiday. I'm feeling super festive in my fun little headband slash Santa hat here. So today's video is not going to be so much a writing advice video or a writing how-to video, but instead I wanted to answer a question that I've been asked a lot, which are what books have changed my life. In my opinion, this video topic is the perfect way to wrap up 2017. So I have 5 nonfiction books that have really changed my life, especially over this past year. And then I have 4 fiction books that I want to share with you that have really influenced me throughout my whole life. So let's start with the 5 nonfiction books. So the first nonfiction book that really has just blown me away, changed my life, changed my whole perspective on everything is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. It's all about how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. And the way this book is written is so motivational, it's so uplifting that it really makes me wonder how it couldn't change someone's life. Jen is just so raw and vulnerable, and the example she provides, I feel like I've been through those same things myself. So it's super relatable. I highly recommend picking this book up. It's one that I leave on my nightstand and I'll pick it up and read it whenever I'm kind of feeling like I'm in a slump or a little bit of a funk, or I'm just kind of, I don't know, not really vibrating at my highest frequency. And I really just want to improve my mood, improve my overall well-being. So this is the first book on the list. I highly recommend it. She also wrote You Are a Badass at Making Money, which is so great if you're an entrepreneur and you're wanting to start your own business and you kind of have some money blocks or a lot of fear-based thoughts. That's another book I would recommend that's also by her. But this one, in terms of like truly life-changing, I would say this is the first book on my list. The next nonfiction book that has changed my life is Adventures for Your Soul by Shannon Kaiser. So this is 21 ways to transform your habits and reach your full potential. And I know that I've talked about both You Are a Badass and Adventures for Your Soul a lot in my vlogs, YouTube videos, and my podcast, but it's because they truly have changed my life. They have changed my way of thinking. They've opened up my perspective and I see things in a new way, in a new light that I never saw before. And I just love that books have the ability to pull that out of you, something that you didn't even know existed, or maybe it's been tucked away for such a long time. So what I really like about Adventures for Your Soul is that after each chapter, at the end of each chapter, there are these exercises that go along with the chapter you just read. And it's really great to journal. I love journaling and meditating. So I feel like the 21 days that I read this book and did those exercises, I just felt so enlightened and empowered and like I was evolving into the true version of myself. So Adventures for Your Soul by Shannon Kaiser, I would highly, highly recommend this book. The third nonfiction book that has changed my life is Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell. This is a guide to answering your soul's callings and working your light. This is the first nonfiction book that actually made me tear up and got me really emotional. Rebecca is super, super raw and vulnerable and just spills her heart out onto the page. I like that between the chapters there are some poems. It was just such a beautiful form of self-expression that Rebecca does throughout this book, but then you're also learning so much about yourself and about her journey, and you're able to relate to it. And so much of the stuff that she has been through in her life, I've also been through recently. So I felt like I just really connected with it. Rebecca has some insights that will just truly blow your mind. Like it will absolutely blow you away. So I loved this book. You can see I still have some of the pages earmarked so that I can go back to them. But this book is truly all about finding your soul's calling and following it to the nth degree. That's just something that I really needed to read this year. The fourth nonfiction book that has changed my life is Mastering Your Mean Girl by Melissa Ambrosini. So this is the no BS guide to silencing your inner critic and becoming wildly wealthy, fabulously healthy, and bursting with love. So the reason I really love this book and why I feel like it changed my life is because I was kind of living in a fear-based world. I had a lot of fear-based thoughts. After reading this book, I realized that my ego has truly been controlling my life and my actions and the things that I do, and that a lot of my actions and behaviors were coming from fear instead of love. Like every choice comes from two places, either fear or love. And you can have things like greed and guilt and anxiety and worry, those are all cousins of fear. And in love, you have abundance and gratitude and just all of those amazing, those choices when you're giving and you're just vibrating at that really high frequency and you're just feeling like you're in flow, vibing with the universe. So every single choice that we make is either a fear-based choice or a love-based choice. And once I really opened my mind up to this and I realized the choices I was making and what emotion was behind them, I can't even tell you. So many of my choices were fear-based, and I realized I had so many fear-based thoughts. So this book really opened up my eyes to doing more with the emotion of love behind it and choosing and behaving out of love. So this might sound really woo-woo and very, very confusing if you're just starting your personal development journey, but I promise you, pick this book up, give it a read, because it will really open your mind up in ways that you never thought possible. The last nonfiction book that has changed my life is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Now, I've also read Elizabeth Gilbert's Eat, Pray, Love. I absolutely love that book. I feel like I resonated more with Big Magic, mostly because it's all about how to live a creative life. And that is something that I have been striving to do this entire year and what I hope to do for the rest of my life. So I'd highly recommend this if you are an author, an artist, a musician, a creator of any kind, and you're really wanting to live your creative life and live it to its full potential. Highly recommend. Okay, now let's move on to the fiction books that have changed my life. So this is not necessarily this year that they changed my life, but books that I've read throughout my life that have truly had an impact on me and have influenced my way of thinking and being. So the first one, no surprise here, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This book and the whole series opened up my mind to a world of imagination that I didn't even know was possible. I feel like I was so sucked into this world. I wish that Hogwarts was real. I think a lot of us wish that Hogwarts was real. But the fact that J.K. Rowling could create such a detailed and just incredible, awe-inspiring world is something that has truly stuck with me over the years. This came out, I think, when I was in 6th or 7th grade. So I've reread these books, I've watched the movies. They will be on my bookshelf forever and ever. They just had a huge impact in my life, and they were a really great, I guess, escape for me to get away to somewhere fun when school or like bullying was getting kind of difficult, especially in middle school. People can be really, really mean. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is the #1 fiction book that has changed my life. The next fiction book that has changed my life is Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. I feel like I'm finally saying his last name right after all these years. But Chuck is the author of Fight Club and a bunch of other books. So I don't know if any of you have read Fight Club or you've seen the movie, but it is so fantastic and it goes so deep into your psyche. I absolutely love that about Chuck's books. So I read Invisible Monsters when I was in high school and just fell in love with it. It is my favorite book by him. I can't even really explain why this book impacted me so much. I feel like it was the first story that I read that just really kind of twisted my psyche and twisted everything that I thought to be true or thought to be real. I don't even know if this is making sense. Again, it's really hard to explain, but I also really love the cover, how here you have a queen, but you turn it over and you see it's a Joker. So he's just super creative and I love all of his books, but this was the first one that I picked up and read and I was blown away by it. The third fiction book that has changed my life is Legend by Marie Lu, and I should really say the whole entire Legend series. So after I had read Legend, that was really when I got the idea to turn the Alpha Drive, my first trilogy, from a YA contemporary story into more of this science fiction dystopian. I never thought that I would write science fiction novels. I never thought that I would write fantasy novels. I always thought that those types of stories were for super, super creative people that could just, you know, like J.K. Rowling, you can just imagine this whole entire world. And as I really got into the inner workings of the Alpha Drive and turning it into a dystopian novel, I realized that I did have that creative ability to be able to do that. And I just have to say thank you to Marie Lu and thank you to these books, because this was the first type of dystopian novel I'd actually read. I don't know, I have this book and the Matrix movies to thank for the Alpha Drive trilogy, because those are the two things that really inspired that whole trilogy. And the fourth and final fiction book that has changed my life is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This book made me cry. I was bawling like a baby. I don't read many contemporary novels, but after reading this book, I bought all of Colleen Hoover's books, and she has a lot of books. I'm super supportive of her. She was able to pull so much emotion out of me as a reader, and I have not experienced that in a very, very long time, because I know that this is a newer book. It came out last year in 2016. But everything about this book was so insanely good. I could not put it down. I hurt so deeply for the characters. I felt so torn when the characters were feeling torn. I felt like I was in the book. I felt like I was the characters experiencing these emotions and these situations and all of the things that were happening. So it takes a really incredible writer, an incredible author, to be able to pull that kind of emotion out of their readers. So Colleen Hoover quickly became a favorite of mine, and this book is absolutely my favorite book of hers. So that is it. Those are the nonfiction and fiction books that have changed my life. If you guys have any recommendations, or if you want to share the books that have changed your life, I would love to know what they are. So please leave them in the comments down below. And if you like the content today, please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. All of my Amazon best-selling books, The Alpha Drive, The Order of Omega, Restitution, and my newest book, Shadow Crown, are available for purchase on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, as well as the Book Depository and Books A Million. You can also order autographed copies of all of my books. For more information on how to get your hands on signed copies, please go to my website at KristenMartinBooks.com and click on the Buy Books tab on the menu bar. If you are a fan of audiobooks, make sure to check out my affiliate link with Audible in the description box below. You can get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial for their service. Who doesn't love free stuff? So make sure you check them out. If you didn't know already, there is a freebie up on my other website called 5 Action Steps you can take right now to start showing up for your dreams. You can download that free guide at thatsmarthustle.com. And if you really benefit from that guide, then you will love my Hustle Smarter, Not Harder webinar series. It's a 1 hour long webinar with an accompanying workbook. And now is the perfect time to take that course, especially since we're heading into the new year. I created it in order to help you cultivate your dream life and to get you where you want to be faster. To learn more, read testimonials, and sign up, go to thatsmarthustle.com and click on the webinars tab on the menu bar. And if you just can't get enough of the girl boss vibes, make sure to check out my podcast called That Smart Hustle. It is available on iTunes and SoundCloud. In just a few short weeks, my self-study coaching program for writers called Valiance will be launching. It is going to go live on January 15th, 2018 at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This self-study program is designed to fit your schedule. It's as flexible as it needs to be, but it can also be finished in as little as 4 months. It's broken out into 6 extensive modules detailing the exact strategies I use to plan, outline, write, edit, publish, and market my books. Seriously, I'm giving you all of my secrets. Whether you're going the self-publishing route or the traditional publishing route, Valiance provides you with all the tools you need to turn your dream of becoming an author into reality. To get more information on the different modules, packages, and pricing, go to my website at KristenMartinBooks.com and click on the Valiance Coaching Program tab on the menu bar. I'm officially attending BookCon again next year in New York City on June 2nd and June 3rd, and I could not be more excited. I will have a booth number 1242 where I will be selling and signing copies of my books, so I really hope I get to meet all of you there. And if you're not already following me on social media like Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, make sure you do that for daily writing inspiration and advice, as well as to stay up to date on any price promotions, announcements, or giveaways that might be going on. If you have any questions or think of a topic for one of my next videos, please leave it in the comments down below. Again, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Don't forget I post new writing advice videos on Mondays and personal day in the life vlogs on Thursdays. I will see you guys next time, and Merry Christmas. Bye!
Take a look at the 5 and 10 candy canes and silver lanes aglow.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Right?
But the pretty